Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition.
All right, so today we are diving into a tool that is seriously making waves, Google's Gemini 3. We're basing this whole overview on a fantastic review by Robbins that he published on LinkedIn. It really breaks down what makes this thing such a potential game changer.
So here's what we've got on tap for you. First, we'll talk about this whole new idea of agent AI. Then we'll get into the good stuff, Gemini's strengths and cool features. Of course, we have to cover the weaknesses too. After that, we'll figure out who this is really for. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with the final verdict. Let's do it.
Okay, first up, agentic AI. According to the article, this isn't just, another small update. Gemini 3 is kicking off a whole new era. We're talking about a massive shift from AI that just chats with you to an AI that actually does things for you. It's like going from a simple calculator to a full-blown accountant.
In this slide right here, it just spells it out perfectly, doesn't it? What we're used to, generative AI, that's the past. It's passive. You ask a question, it gives you an answer. Kind of like a super smart librarian. But agentic AI, that's the future. It's active. It's more like a project manager. You give it a goal, and it figures out all the steps and actually gets it done.
So the big question is, how does it pull this off? Well, the secret sauce is this new architecture called Deep Think, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Instead of just blurting out the first thing that comes to mind, Gemini 3 can actually pause, think, and reason its way through a complex problem. Kind of like a person would. It's the difference between a knee-jerk reaction and a well-thought-out plan.
Okay, but let's pump the brakes for just a second. It's not all hype and sunshine. To get a more grounded perspective, the article brings in a quote from Basil Puglisi, an AI governance consultant. And he says, yeah, it's better, but it might not be ready to lead the pack just yet. And his ranking really puts things into perspective. You can see he's got Gemini 3 sitting in a very respectable third place, right behind OpenAI's ChatGPT 5.1 and Anthropic's Claude 4.5. So look, Gemini is absolutely in the big leagues, but the competition up there at the top is, well, it's fierce.
But hey, let's be real. A bronze medal in this particular race is still a massive, massive win. So now let's get into the good stuff. What are the standout features that Gemini 3 is bringing to the table?
First up, and you're going to want to sit down for this one, is a feature called vibe coding. Seriously, you literally just describe the vibe of an app you're imagining, just using plain English. From there, Gemini actually plans out the whole coding process and then spits out a functional, interactive interface. I mean, for anyone out there trying to build something fast, this is an absolute game changer.
And it's not just about coding, not by a long shot. Its multimodal reasoning is incredibly powerful. That means it can watch a video of a software bug you recorded or read a complicated PDF manual, and it gets the context. Plus, it's woven right into the Google ecosystem. The new Gemini agent can literally organize your Google Drive or manage your calendar for you. And to top it off, the Flash versions are so fast they can be used in real time. Just incredible.
All right, but you know how it is. No tool is perfect, right? So we have to look at the other side of the coin. Let's dig into Gemini 3's weaknesses and some of its quirks.
And here is a kind of hilarious example of a quirk the article found. Apparently, in some of the tests, the model just flat out refused to believe that it's 2025. Now, this is probably because its training data stops sometime in 2024. It's a small thing, sure, but it's a great reminder that keeping these models grounded in our current reality is still a major challenge.
So to kind of sum up the downsides, here's the rundown. The benchmarks show it's still a bit behind its competitors in really specialized areas like finance or law. Because it's so powerful and new, there is a steeper learning curve. And as we just saw, those little hallucinations are definitely still something you have to keep an eye out for.
Okay, so we've seen the good, we've seen the not so good. So the big question now is, who is this actually for? Let's break down how different kinds of professionals can really take advantage of a tool like this.
If you're in a big company, listen up, because Gemini 3 is an absolute beast for solving those huge enterprise-level headaches. You need ironclad security and compliance? It plugs right into Vertex AI. Drowning in data that's stuck in different departments? It can connect to all of it and pull it together. Got a massive painful code migration project? It can help automate it.
Now, what about the little guys? Well, for startups and small companies, this is all about letting you punch way above your weight class. With vibe coding, you could whip up a prototype for your next big idea in a single afternoon. You could build out powerful customer support bots without needing a whole team of engineers. Plus, Google is even offering cloud credits to help get you started.
And finally, for all you independent consultants and freelancers out there, think of this as your new secret weapon. It's a force multiplier for your own personal productivity. Just imagine an AI agent that triages your inbox, schedules your meetings, and can rip through a 100-page client PDF to pull out the key requirements in seconds. It handles the busy work so you can focus on the work that actually pays the bills.
So, all of this brings us to the big question, the one we've been building up to. It's time for the final verdict. Is Google Gemini 3 really ready to be your new AI coworker?
And honestly, the author of the article, Kurt Robbins, just nails it with this quote. He says that Gemini 3, quote, successfully bridges the gap between a chatbot and a coworker. And that, right there, is such a powerful statement about how far this technology has come.
So the final word from the review is pretty clear. If you work in tech, this is an essential tool you need to know about. And for enterprise communicators, people who need to create interactive content or make sense of huge amounts of information, the article basically calls this a mandatory upgrade.
Which really leaves us all with one big question to chew on, doesn't it? With tools like this evolving at lightning speed, it's not a matter of if we'll be working alongside AI, it's just a matter of when. So think about it. Is your next coworker going to be an AI agent?
Thank you so much for watching, and please be sure to subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition.
And hey, if you got something out of this review, it would mean the world to us if you'd hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and share it with your network. It really does help us reach a wider audience. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.